purchased this from France, and we got and with the purchase we also gained the Mississippi River, which stretches all the way into Minnesota. That's pretty big. With Louisiana, we also got the new port of New Orleans. This whole entire land is 8,200 square feet a mile. In the beginning of the 17th century, France established settlements along the Mississippi and Ohio River valleys. Those settlements quickly grew, and by the mid-18th century, France controlled most of the charted territory in North America. However, in 1762, during the French and Indian War, France transferred over the Louisiana Territory to Spain, who gave America many problems on the Mississippi River and the port of New Orleans. A man was sent over to negotiate a treaty with Spain so they would let America sell its goods down the Mississippi and port of New Orleans. The treaty turned out really well, and it's known as Pickman's Treaty. However, in 1801, Spain, now a weakened empire, signed a secret treaty and gave the Louisiana Territory back to France.
At that point in time, France was brewing something big. Napoleon Bonaparte, who rose in France during the French Revolution, was planning a French empire in the New World. Bonaparte wanted to recapture the valuable sugar colony of Saint Domingue from a slave rebellion and used Louisiana as a granary for his empire when he took it back from Spain. Bonaparte's actions caused uneasiness in America because Americans were already settling in the Ohio and Tennessee River valleys, and America was also highly dependent on the Mississippi River and New Orleans port, which they were sure that France would not give access to them very easily. The president at the time, Thomas Jefferson, sent Robert Livingston over to negotiate with France about the Mississippi and port of New Orleans.
Before James Monroe arrived, however, France island in America would like to purchase the Louisiana Territory due to a multitude of different reasons, one of them being preparing for war with England, and they had to put a lot of money into it. At this point, Jefferson didn't know whether to purchase this or not. He felt that if the Constitution didn't say anything about it, then he shouldn't buy the land. However, if he didn't, France was still very soon control over West America. Jefferson, after deciding that the pros outweighed the cons, finally purchased the land from Bonaparte, a price of $15 million, $5 million more than what he wanted, or around 3 cents per acre. The treaty between France and America was dated April 20th and signed May 2, 1803. In October 2003, Senate ratified the purchase, and in December 1803, France finally transferred over the authority of the region.
The purchase was an amazing thing for the United States. First things first, it actually opened up the door for our idea of manifest destiny, this notion that we should expand from sea to shining sea, that we should occupy the entire continent. Secondly, it gave us many different resources, as in lumber, animal hide, minerals, and just space for us to spread out and expand our nation. But you also have to think about some of the negative things that happened. Many Native Americans lost their culture, lost their land, lost their livelihood, their traditions, and it was a very bad thing for them. So when you look at the Louisiana Purchase, you really have to kind of pay attention to both the good and the bad.
In 1804, Lewis and Clark were sent by Thomas Jefferson to explore their new lands west of the Mississippi. The road they made is now known as the Oregon Trail. The Oregon Trail was a great big step in westward expansion. Many believers in Manifest Destiny took the Oregon Trail to their new destination. Also, following the Louisiana Purchase came other great feats America has accomplished to achieve their lands, such as Gadsden Purchase and Spanish Cession. However, one's great victory is also another's great loss. With America's great expansion, many Native Americans were forced to leave their homes and proceed to refugee camps. The path they took is now known as the Trail of Tears and was a dark time in the U.S. history.
Alas, none of this would have even happened if Thomas Jefferson hadn't made the great Louisiana Purchase. The purchase that brought us westward expansion, hope, and the American spirit. But before we go, here are some key points. The Louisiana Purchase, which took place in 1803, nearly doubled the size of the U.S. This purchase cost $15 million and gave Americans the port of New Orleans and the Mississippi River. It gave Americans hope of going west and brought forward the Lewis and Clark expedition. However, it did bring great pain to some Native Americans. Many Native Americans were forced to leave their homes and died along the Trail of Tears.